Officials to change the vote count. Breaking news tonight,
All right, so, oh shit, it already started. All right, here we go.
Extraordinary audio
This is
recording.
my third attempt. I don't know, I'm having some technical
President Trump on the
difficulties.
phone pressuring Georgia officials to change the vote count.
There's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
And pushing baseless conspiracy theories, the Biden team calling it an assault on democracy.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
This as Tuesday's Georgia Senate races go down to the wire, the polls tighter than ever. Control of the Senate up for grabs. Both Trump and Biden campaign there tomorrow. Lines for vaccines growing longer. Another 1.5 million doses given, but 9 million still sitting on shelves. The new challenges and outrage from Americans desperate to get a vaccine. Shot. The FBI asking for help. What did the Nashville bomber mail to people before blowing up his RV? And will it reveal a motive?
This is NBC Nightly News with Kate Snow.
Good evening. Throughout the Trump presidency, we have often used the word unprecedented to describe his actions. And now, with just over 2 weeks remaining in his term, President Trump has made a truly unprecedented phone call. On Saturday, the president spent more than an hour trying to convince the Republican Secretary of State of Georgia to change the election results. Mr. Trump repeatedly cited unproven conspiracies and asked the Secretary of State to, quote, find the votes to overturn his loss. All of it coming as a dozen Senate Republicans prepare to challenge the election results.
Find the votes
to
overturn his loss.
Kelly O'Donnell.
Find the votes to overturn his loss.
Inside a stunning new pressure campaign as President Trump tries to overturn his election defeat.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
NBC News obtained the full audio from an hour-long Saturday phone call with the president, Trump advisors, and Georgia election officials.
I think you have to say that you're going to re-examine it.
Exerting the influence of the presidency, Mr. Trump leaned on Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to announce a reversal of certified Georgia results from Biden to Trump.
Oh, shit.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that, that you've recalculated.
Raffensperger refused.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
In another tense exchange, the president pushed a conspiracy theory that a voting machine company tampered with ballots, even suggesting state officials hid illegal activity.
Oh, wow.
Now, do you think it's possible that they shredded ballots in Fulton County? Because that's what the rumor is. And also that Dominion took out machines. That Dominion is really moving fast to get rid of their machinery. Do you know anything about that?
Georgia lawyer Ryan Germany shot that down.
No, Dominion has not moved any machinery out of Fulton County. We're having.
Well, but have they moved the inner parts of the machines and replaced them with other parts?
Okay.
No.
You sure, Ryan?
I'm sure.
The president threatened that Georgia officials could face legal trouble themselves.
Ryan.
You know what they did, and you're not reporting it. That's a criminal offense. That's a big risk to you and to Ryan, your lawyers. That's a big risk.
Piling on partisan guilt.
You should want to have an accurate election. And you're a Republican.
We believe that we do have an accurate election.
No, I know you don't.
Tonight, a Biden senior advisor described the call as irrefutable proof of a president pressuring and threatening an official of his own party to get him to rescind a state's lawful, certified vote count and fabricate another in its place.
And Kelly's with us. There's an update on the effort by some Republicans to challenge the election in Congress this week.
Well, what we know is there are groups of Trump loyalists who do plan to stage their protest, and it might be a spectacle. But now we know they do not have enough numbers to overturn the result because enough Senate Republicans have publicly stated they will affirm Joe Biden as the next president. Kate?
Kelly O'Donnell at the White House for us. Kelly, thank you. Administration officials today defended the vaccine rollout, pointing to an increase in vaccinations over the past few days. But there were more long lines and frustrated patients as the program expanded today. Sam Brock reports from Broward County, Florida.
Okay.
Tonight in Florida, a sea of cars stuck in standstill. Many of the passengers seniors eyeing their first chance to get vaccinated.
It
Right.
will be worth it if we get our shots. If they close the doors, you're going to have a lot of very unhappy people if they don't get their shots.
The gates close at 4, but vaccinations continue for everyone in line with an appointment, though the state has not yet confirmed that. Hundreds waiting in Broward County, the line stretching around corners and underneath bridges.
You're okay with waiting in hours-long lines right now to get the vaccine?
What else are we gonna do? It's COVID. We're sitting at home not doing too much. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Booking appointments is a requirement, though not everyone was successful.
We live actually in Delray Beach, and the website is down, so there is no option there. Now in Broward it's also down.
The vaccine site coming on and offline all day as confusion reigns
Shit.
supreme. Those in line say
Overload.
the stakes couldn't be higher.
What would getting a vaccine
So
today
many
mean
people
to
want
you?
that vaccine. They
Everything. I'm
froze the
compromised.
goddamn system.
And
Knocked it offline.
if I ever get the COVID, I'll probably die.
The CDC updated its vaccination picture Sunday. The agency now reports more than 4 million people have received shots, still well below projections, though Dr. Anthony Fauci remains encouraged.
The goal of vaccinating
The goal was
100
20 million.
people in the first 100
supposed to be 20 million
days
before
is a
December.
realistic goal.
Before the
We
end of
can't
December.
do 1 million people per day.
Dr. Fauci said in the first 3 days of the new year,
That was the original mark, or goal to vaccinate 20 million people before the end of December, and here we are in January, the 4th of January, and what they said they only vaccinated 4 million people. So I don't know. We'll see.
5 million people have been vaccinated, or about 500,000 a day. Houston just opening
I mean,
its first
hold on.
clinics.
What did he say?
Dr. Fauci said in the first 3 days of the new year, 1.5 million people have been vaccinated, or about 500,000 a day. Houston just opening its first clinic Saturday.
I'm a cancer patient myself,
500,000 a day.
I've been truly blessed to get it.
1.5.
The city's mayor announcing more than 1,000 people vaccinated
3.5.
that first day.
Would love to see a mega site set up. In fact, well, let's do that, but then we need to do even more in order to really speed this process along.
As waits continue to mushroom from Texas to Tennessee,
They are completely below projections or the original goal, man. I mean, but like I said, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in no rush to get that vaccine. I just want to sit back and just kind of see how it affects other people, man. It's, I don't know.
and of course Florida,
It's just crazy.
where 1 in 5 residents 65 or older.
I'm a high risk. I haven't seen my kids in almost over a year, actually. And, yeah, it's pretty important.
Sam, these long lines in Florida, Texas, is this an indication of what's to come in other states?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kate, it could be a preview. One of the commonalities between Florida and Texas
course,
is the fact
of
that both
course.
states are prioritizing seniors right now over some essential workers. But there's something else going on as well. Public sites like this, for the first time, people are being vaccinated at public locations, not at their workplaces. These vaccinations are still going on right now. And in that sense, Kate, it could be a glimpse of what's to come nationally. Kate?
All right, Sam Brock.
In just a few minutes, I'm going to
that's
show you how to
insane.
pick up 3,145 Spanish words.
Brock, thank you. We're learning more tonight about the possible motive behind that Nashville Christmas Day bombing. The FBI now asking for help, believing the bomber mailed his writings to people he knew before setting off the bomb. Sarah Harmon has details.
Tonight, the first aerial images revealing the extent of the damage from the Christmas Day bombing in downtown Nashville. Roofs torn apart, buildings' faces blown off.
The FBI confirming that the bomber, 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner, sent material to acquaintances before the blast.
Anthony Quinn
A law
Warner.
enforcement source close to the investigation tells NBC News they're aware of a thumb drive and written pages from the bomber. The FBI now asking anyone who received them to come forward.
We've heard about these letters. We've heard of his conversations and maybe some conspiracies. But we
letters,
still don't really know why he chose this place and why he chose this day to commit this massive bombing.
His RV was found sitting on a popular street Christmas Day, blaring music and a warning. Before an explosion, only he was killed in the blast. Investigators are exploring several conspiracy theories as potential motives behind the bombing outside an AT&T building, including evidence the bomber believed in lizard people and a so-called reptilian conspiracy. Two senior law enforcement officials told NBC News last week.
Damn street.
So for all the people that believe in conspiracy theories, oftentimes they don't have the means to execute a violent attack or are not sure how to do it.
Nashville residents are now struggling to move forward after more than 40 businesses were damaged, several beyond repair. Leor Rose's tattoo studio totally destroyed. The surveillance video capturing the moment of the blast. The destruction immeasurable.
Haven't slept in over a week. I'm constantly tired.
Tonight, as authorities search for answers, Nashville residents who lost their homes and businesses are now facing a new year and an uncertain future. Sarah Harmon, NBC News.
Wow.
Still ahead tonight, the fierce runoff race, the big impact this week's Georgia Senate election will have on the future of politics. Back now with more politics. Nancy Pelosi was once again reelected as House Speaker today. It's her fourth term. It came as senators for the 117th Congress were sworn in by Vice President Mike Pence. But there are still two senators yet to be sworn in, and who they are will determine control of the U.S. Senate. President Trump and President-elect Biden will hold dueling rallies in Georgia tomorrow, where on Tuesday, two of the most important and heated Senate runoffs in history will finally be decided. Priscilla Thompson is there.
Make a plan to vote.
With control of the Senate on the line, both sides going all out in the state of Georgia.
For the Senate.
Y'all, it all comes down to Tuesday.
Vice President-elect Kamala Harris today trying to push more Democrats to the polls.
They know when we vote, things change. They know
Shut up, Kamala.
we win.
Your ass up.
The Democrats need to win both races to control the chamber. On their side, a historic surge in early voting. More than 3 million have already voted. Hundreds of thousands of absentee ballots still outstanding. But the polls show both races are incredibly tight, and Republicans are banking on large election day turnout. All of this while Republican Senator David Perdue is sidelined, quarantining after a close contact.
It's terrible timing, but we are not going to miss a step, Jill.
Georgia is the center of the political universe right now. The most expensive race on the airwaves in Senate history. $480 million spent on advertising. Tomorrow, both President Trump and President-elect Biden will hold competing rallies here. The president's presence, a wild card. Trump suggested in that recorded phone call that if officials don't bend to his wishes, his supporters won't turn out.
You know, the people of Georgia know that this was a scam. And because of what you've done to the president, a lot of people aren't going out to vote.
Uh-oh.
And Priscilla's with us now. So Priscilla, you said a wild card. How are the president's allegations of fraud playing with Republican voters there in Georgia?
Well, GOP voters we've spoken to largely believe the president's unfounded claims of fraud, but are still showing up to vote. The question is, will enough of them? Kate?
Okay, so today I want to show you why this is the most supportive, most secure, and most stable
That's the end of that.
race you'll
I'm gonna end that. So yeah, that shit is insane. Oh my God, that shit is insane. So yeah, there's the battleground in Georgia, in the state of Georgia, is heating up. The political battleground. So I mean, yeah, it's all about controlling the Senate, the Georgia Senate. So, insane. So let me end this. Happy New Year, guys. It is, we're 4 days into the new year. 4th day. 2021 on a Monday, January 4th, 2021 it is 3:53 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is how we do it. I'm driving around. I'm just basically enjoying myself, man. It's one of those days, man, where I just want to get in the car and just drive a little bit. You dig? Drive and podcast or video, whatever, cast with you guys. And hey, enjoy the rest of your day, all right? Love you guys. God bless. Peace, love, and happiness. Oh, I thought I ended it.